My first HO train layout in a long time, Part 13, a 2-year review. What I have learned so far, numbers 45 through 54.
The IHC 280 consolidation is going to have its last battery placed in the battery box to turn on the LocalFi module. Notice that the train does not move. I have the tender detached from the locomotive at the moment because it's easier to get the tender shell back on when it's disconnected from the locomotive. As you just saw, the tender is hooked up to the locomotive, and looks like all the wheels are there. LocalFi is turned on. We turn on the boiler, turn on the headlight, check the bell, whistle. Back it up. Okay, to get the battery out, we shut off the light, shut off the steam sound, and exit. Notice that the locomotive will not run even though the battery is still hooked up. And we remove the shell from the locomotive, or from the tender, and then use the pull tab on the battery. And the battery is out and everything is shut down. And I also pulled the train off the track, but it's the end, so it doesn't really matter.
45. Micromark pin microconnectors work the best for me. I would expect the Chanzon round pin header strip for Arduino to work equally as well. 46. Local train shows, which are mostly swap shops with a few running train displays, can be a pleasant way to spend some time, along with the chance of picking up a useful item or two at a discounted price and possibly meeting others with the same interests in your area. If you had previously been a model railroader, you just might see something that kicks up a fond memory or two. I found this version of my first 1957 Lionel engine at such a show. Local and MRA train clubs can also be a source of knowledge and possible new friendships. There is a whole section on my website covering this topic. 47. Product reviews and product descriptions cannot be trusted. I wrote a 1-star review for Micromark about how fragile the TICHY Hayes-built bumper stop set was and how it could not be assembled without breaking it. I submitted the review at the Micromark website where I had purchased them, and they never published my review nor any reviews by anyone else for this product. I wrote a 1-star review for the Hxchen 3 by 1.5 volt AAA series connection plastic black cylinder battery storage holder case adapter black 5 pieces purchased through Amazon. They did not work, and to make matters worse, the company providing them sent the wrong part number. I included photos. Amazon has a whole lot of the very same LIFEPO4 10 440 size 3.2 volt 500 milliamp hour batteries advertised. They are all the same unknown brand. It is physically and chemically impossible to manufacture this size and type of battery with a 500 milliamp hour capacity, as this size and type tops out at about 300 milliampere hours. A different brand of the same type of battery, a LABDIP compatible for 8 pieces IFR 3.2 volt 10 440 LIFEPO4 rechargeable battery 500 milliamp hour, notes that it is a life 3.2 volt, but the photo clearly shows a photo of 8 INR 3.7 volt 18650 size batteries. I purchased 3 IFR 10440 300 milliamp hour 3.2 volt batteries from Only Batteries, as they noted a reasonable capacity of 300 milliamp hours. After careful testing over several days, they only had a usable capacity of just over 100 milliamp hours and proved to be unacceptable for this application. 48. While I did use eBay to purchase my Hxchen 280 consolidation, Trains.com has been highly recommended when searching for deals on locomotives and rolling stock. 49. A lot of rolling stock either has some type of issue or can be modified for better performance. The NMRA provides recommended weights based on the length of the rolling stock in each scale. Rolling stock does perform better when the recommended weights are used. Replacing the stock-provided couplers with CATIE couplers and using the CATIE height gauge improves performance and allows for the magnetic uncoupling of rolling stock. An NMRA-98-1 standards gauge HO is an invaluable tool for both rolling stock and track work. There is a whole section on my website describing my rolling stock and the modifications and changes I made to get them running well. 50. The Middleton and South Haven Railroad. In my mind, the Middleton and South Haven is a point-to-point railroad with terminuses in Northville and South Haven, and during operation sessions it is operated in that manner. In physical reality, it looks much differently. This is a map of the track plan that shows the cardinal directions, area or district names, and spur designations. Besides acting as a point-to-point railroad in my mind, it has a lot of shunting possibilities. The track plan also allows for continuous running of 2 or 3 trains at a time when visitors just might want to see my model railroad run. 51. Progress on a model railroad can move slowly, very slowly. Everyday life has a lot to do with how much noticeable work gets completed on a model railroad layout. At times, nothing seems to be getting done on the railroad. I have a link in the notes to my website that notes just some of the things that have impeded my progress. 52. Documenting, photographing, creating videos, and preparing information to be shared takes a lot of preparation and time. 53. Figuring out what state of charge to leave the cylindrical batteries in for long-term safe storage has been difficult. It has been empirically demonstrated that lithium polymer pouch batteries, lithium cobalt oxide LCO, are best stored for more than a day or two at about 3.8 volts to extend their useful life. Also, storing them at 3.7 to 3.8 volts lowers the amount of stored potential energy in the battery. I could find no empirical data that this storage charge level also benefits the longevity of lithium-based cylindrical batteries, but I store all 3 chemistries of cylindrical batteries that I use at a storage value to lower the amount of stored energy in each battery. For the LMO and NMC, I use about 3.7 to 3.8 volts per battery, while the LIFE batteries really don't require a storage charge. I tend to use 3.2 volts as it doesn't seem to hurt them. 54. Sometimes resolving an issue might require some counterintuitive thinking. There was an issue with some rolling stock having unwanted uncouplings over the KD magnets. How the issue was solved is found in a link below, and it was quite surprising. Resizing the browser window, as shown in the screen capture, makes reading my website much easier. I suggest that my website should be checked at least on a monthly basis to see what I've learned, relearned, and where I'm going next with this project. In March of 2024, the website was completely revamped, new content added, and revised to make it easier to navigate and find specific information that might be useful to others. If you have questions to ask or comments to share, my email address is linked at the top of my webpage. I would love to hear from you.